This morning, what I'm telling you is that the law of the Lord is perfect, and it can restore the soul. Whether it's a narcissistic, grandiose, antisocial, violent behavior, the law of the Lord is the only thing that can transform it. Now, you can isolate these people. You can intoxicate them with drugs. You can cull them and coddle them and give them all kinds of rights, but you can't change them unless you work on the heart. And God's the only one that can do radical spiritual heart transformation. Selfish and sinful behavior is no longer wrong. It's simply a sign that one is special and even entitled to rights that are denied to the rest of us. Is it because so many of those Christians leading the crusades against immorality in society are committed to this psychological description of sin that they're failing to sound the alarm at the erosion of what used to be the basis that we saw transform lives? And that's the Scriptures. The church has lost confidence in this book and the God behind that book. And the Christian mission is yes, and even Christianity itself has been redefined. We need to return to the Lord and to the Lord of the Word. And let Him tell us again this morning what He wants to do in the lives of people who will look at this book and believe this book and let this book totally change them from the inside out. Back to Psalm 19. Number 1, the section we're looking at in verse 7, the first part is talking about the divine teacher. We're going to see God teach us how to be transformed. Next time, the divine witness, His testimony about things that no one experienced but Him. In verse 9, the second part, divine directions, the divine decrees, the divine condition of fearing God, and the divine decisions. Those are where we're headed. But this morning, we're looking at the catalyst of the Word to restore us, to change us from the inside out. Last week, we saw that the law is, first of all, of the Lord. Remember that. The disability manual is a product of the APA, the American Psychiatric Association. This is a product of the eternal, immortal, invisible, dwelling in unapproachable light, God who fills the universe, who is the creator of time and space and matter, who precedes them all, who is the one that's holding it all together, and the one that created us. And He said, I put you together, and here's your manual to make you function properly in the world that you live. Because it's the law of the Lord. And the law of the Lord, it says in verse 7, is perfect. Literally, entire, healthy, spotless, altogether directed, able to cover all aspects. It's perfect. I mean, God, it's interesting. When He decided to describe the Bible, He says it's perfect. What does that mean? It means it's perfect. It means it's totally able to do the job it's supposed to. What's it supposed to do? Authorized version says converting the soul. Restoring the soul, it says in New American. It just means it's able to refresh our inner life as food does our body. So the Word of God can do to our spiritual, our non-material, our emotional, that part of us that is non-material. So what do we have? Well, we have the promise this morning that we have divine instructions from God. We have an all-sided tool that can touch every part of our life. It can turn us utterly to God. It can totally transform us.